PD, Mike G, as in Giardi, mentioned that Maye was struggling somewhat with his footwork during OTAs. Does it look like Josh is significantly changing his fundamentals from what he was doing last year?
Uh, no, and I don't disagree with Mike's assessment that he was struggling somewhat. I did think that a lot of it had to do with, the improved, at times dominating play of the defensive line, making things hard, contracting the pocket a little bit. Drake had to. There weren't many times where Drake Maye could just drop back and plan himself and survey and unleash something. Like pretty much every time he had to negotiate something. Um, that's going to happen from time to time. And I would say, like, look, remember we talked about this last year when we saw Drake Maye on the field, and remember he won really like one game all year. That's not to say he didn't do some good things and that we weren't all happy about the future. And again, going back to the prediction thing, them winning 11 games, in my opinion, obviously I'm predicting Drake Maye being on the field for 17 games. Is that going to happen? I don't know,
Right.
and that could affect my prediction for next year, Dr. Doug. Um, but remember, when Drake Maye ultimately got into the games, um, what we saw from him, his footwork, some of his mechanics, some of his decision making, his turnovers, all that stuff, it wasn't all that different than what we saw at North Carolina during the summer with the Patriots. And that led me to say, look, if you're going to if this is the Drake Maye that you're going to put out there to start, that you think he's ready, they just should have done it from week one. He wasn't that
Yeah.
improved. I,
Right.
I, I don't know where they're getting this stuff from when they talk about like how greatly his mechanics improved last year. I didn't see that. I mean, look, he did a good job, but let's not pretend he didn't throw like, I don't know what is 14, 15 interceptions and fumble the ball and take sacks and, take hits when he didn't need to. Look, Drake May's still only 22 years old. I think he turns 23 in August. We talked about how he didn't play much football in high school and in college. He's a very young player and I don't think I didn't see anything last year that was accomplished that said like, oh, well, now all of a sudden Drake May is going backwards. No, I think it's been overrated, or I don't know where people are getting it from because it's not the film that I watched. That Drake May all of a sudden solved all these issues that were some of the things that people talked about when he was coming out of college. I think it's a work in progress. It's going to be a work in progress. Think about Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen was still, yeah, they went to the playoffs his year too. He was still borderline disaster as a quarterback at times in terms of his mechanics and decision making. Year three, he started to get a little bit better, and then we know what happened from there. So that Drake Maye is here at this point in time in May with a new coaching staff and a new offense. To me, it's not a surprise, and it doesn't foretell anything about Drake May's future.